To start all over again, what would you start with right now, like if you had to?
Restaurant wise or bar
Probably.
wise? I would say nowadays, if you're going to have a bar, you better have food.
Yeah, I agree.
Because the trends of drinking, especially in this town, has gone really down. I mean, it used to be, well, the big thing was, this was always a third shift city. So you had action
Yeah.
going, you know, all the
6 a.m. bars.
all the restaurants were open till 2 o'clock in the morning.
Hmm.
You know, now it's hard to find a restaurant that's open after midnight.
It's hard to find a place that serves food at that late. Yeah,
Right.
for sure.
And I just think with the drinking culture that it's not as prevalent as it used to be in town. If you opened a bar, I'd want to have food.
Yeah,
You don't have to go crazy, but at least something where you can get people in the door besides being another bar.
yeah. I mean, you get the people who would be either drivers or just
Right.
looking to hang out.
Right.
That is interesting. The drinking culture kind of declining. Like that's something even I've noticed.
Yeah, it's gone down big.
in it's 15 years of drinking, maybe
Right.
drinking age. Like I've even noticed it in my time, where it seems like people are drinking less. They're into more. I don't want to say like fancier cocktails necessarily.
They are though.
Yeah.
It's another thing. Well, when I first started tending bar, I was 18. The law was 18 at that time.
Yeah.
So you had the majority, the big push of the baby boomers that were my age, and you know, at 18 you're starting to go out.
Yeah.
You don't have that young clientele anymore. You know what I mean?
Right.
You lost 3 years. You lost 3 years when the law went back to 21. And probably for the better, because it was this city was a really, we just like to drink here.
Yeah. I mean, in many ways, it's still that way. It seems that way.
Yeah,
Especially if
it's a big part of the culture.
when you go elsewhere, they're just like, oh, what? You guys,
Yeah.
you drink?
People don't get it. They go to other cities.
You drink in the shower?
Well, you know, I mean, people just are amazed how many bars you have here.
Yeah,
And
it is kind of
there's
staggering.
a lot of bars in this town. You go to other cities, it's hard to find a bar in some cities.
Yeah, it is.
You don't have to look hard here. Walk out the door, look right or left, you see 2 bars.
Yeah, pretty much. You can be in like a suburban area
Sure.
too, and just like, oh, that's a house. No, that's
No,
actually a
it's
bar.
not.
They got the PBR sign sitting out front.
Yep.
You see that? That was fun. I think it's interesting though because, yeah, I do feel that a lot of people are interested in more like the craft cocktails and all that, but like, I think it's, at least in my experience working in bars and just kind of seeing like, it's cool to have on a menu. It's cool to read about it and have it, but like, I still feel like most people will look at it and be like, all right, give me a beer. Or give me, bourbon on the rock or
So
something.
look at all that's changed. The beer.
The beer's ridiculous.
I mean, it's nuts.
It's absolutely
Every week they're bringing you a new beer to try. We don't have the space.
I tried keeping up. I tried to consider myself kind of a beer advocate for a while, and it was just exhausting.
Sure.
It's like, what? I can't.
They keep throwing it at you, and the poor salesmen are trying to sell you this stuff, and you got nowhere to put it.
Yeah.
I mean, when I first started, we had, what was it, Pabst Blatz, Special Export,
Ooh,
Ondecker, and Schlitz.
that's it. Yeah.
That was it.
Beer that made Milwaukee famous.
Yes, it did.
That is an interesting trend. And that's probably a whole different discussion. In
Yeah,
general.
that's a whole different issue. Yeah.
But that's a fun one too because it's a bit ridiculous.
It's gotta be. I mean, I don't drink a lot, and I never was really a big beer drinker. But you gotta get confused. I mean,
Confused is a
beer,
good way to
beer
put it.
and vodka. People, they're making a new vodka every week too.
Yeah, that one is also interesting. I was wondering, the liquor laws changed not too long ago to make it easier for craft distilleries to make them up.
Right.
So that's why I don't know what they were before that necessarily, but
I don't know, but that's a big venture to overtake to get into. I think they're starting to reach their saturation point too. The little, the breweries that are opening up, it's a lot of money. a lot of work.
Yeah, definitely.
In a business that's a crapshoot, basically. You could have the greatest food in the world, and if you don't catch some breaks somewhere down the line, you know, you're just not going to make it.
Yeah, that's what. Well, even as you said, like all the new breweries that are opening up. I mean, they all have food. You know?
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah.
them have really good food too.
Right.
And that's almost the draw instead of the beer.
You gotta. You have
That's-
to be able to do that. I think the culture of drinking just isn't the same as it used to be.
So with you said the opening most businesses there's